Chapter 8 Introduction to Python Language. Python is a high-level scripting language with object-oriented features. Python is a general-purpose, interpreted language developed by Guido van Rossum, first released in 1991. IDLE is an acronym of Integrated Development Environment. It allows you to edit, run, browse, and debug Python programs from a single interface. Script mode is used to create and edit Python source code. Debugging is the process of finding and reducing the number of bugs and defects in programs. Interpret means to execute a program in a high-level language by translating it one line at a time. Python IDLE can be downloaded from www.python.org. Opening IDLE. Step 1. Click on Start. Step 2. Click on All Programs. Step 3. Click on drop-down menu of Python 3.7. Step 4. Select IDLE Python 3.7 32-bit. The IDLE window will appear. Program in Python. A program is a sequence of instructions that specifies how to perform a computation. The computation might be mathematical or working with text. To write and run Python program, we need to have Python interpreter installed in our computer. IDLE GUI Integrated is the standard, most popular Python development environment. It lets you edit, run, browse, and debug Python programs from a single interface. This environment makes it easy to write programs. Python shell can be used in two ways: interactive mode and script mode. Interactive mode, as the name suggests, allows us to interact with the OS, whereas script mode lets us create and edit Python source file. In interactive mode, you type a Python statement and the interpreter displays the results immediately. Interactive mode. When you start up the IDLE, following window will appear. What you see is a welcome message of Python interpreter with revision details and the Python prompt as shown on the screen. This is a primary prompt indicating that the interpreter is expecting a Python command. Interpreter uses prompt to indicate that it is ready for instruction. Therefore, you can say if there is a prompt on the screen, it means IDLE is working in interactive mode. You type Python expression or statement or command after the prompt, and Python immediately responds with the output. Let's start with typing print hello Python after the prompt. What you get is Python's response. Smart bit. Ctrl+D or quit followed by parentheses is used to exit the interpreter. Let us explore the interpreter more. Type credits after the prompt and what you will get is information about the organization involved in Python development. Similarly, copyright and license command can be used to know more about Python. Help command provides help on Python. Script mode. In script mode, you type Python program in a file and then use the interpreter to execute the content from the file. Working in interactive mode is convenient for beginners and for testing small pieces of code. But for coding more than a few lines, you should always save your code so that you may modify and reuse the code. Result produced by interpreter in both the modes, interactive and script, is exactly the same. In interactive mode, we cannot save the statements for further use. We can save the program in script mode. To create and run a Python script, Step 1. Select File. Step 2. Click on New File. Step 3. Write the Python code as function, that is script. Step 4. Select File and click on Save or Save As. Step 5. Save As dialog box will appear. Type the name of the file in File Name box and click on Save. Execution of code. The code which is saved in script mode will be executed in interactive mode. To execute the code written in script mode, follow the given steps. Step 1. Click on Run option. Step 2. Click on Run module. Now let us write a simple Python program in a script and save it with the name arrow.py. Take a look at the screen. On running this code, the following output will be displayed in the interactive mode. Syntax and syntax errors. Syntax is the structure of an instruction in a computer language. It is the grammar of a programming language. Computer programs must follow strict syntax to compile correctly. Any mistake in the code will produce an error. Such an error or mistake in the source code of a program is known as syntax error. The editor of the Python language uses different colors to highlight the various components that comprise a program. The colored text helps to spot an error. The errors are also known as bugs. Following are a few points to be kept in mind while writing a program in Python. In Python, white spaces are important. The indentation of a source code is important. It is case sensitive. For example, small x and capital X are two different variables in Python. Python accepts single quotes, double quotes, and triple quotes to denote string literals as long as the same type of quote starts and ends the string. The triple quotes are used to span the string across multiple lines. Statements in Python typically end with a new line. Python does, however, allow the use of the line continuation character, shown on the screen, to denote that the line should continue. The semicolon allows multiple statements on the single line, given that neither statement starts a new code block. Print statement. Print is a built-in function. It evaluates the expression before printing it on the monitor. It is a function which is used to display the specified content on the screen. Print statement outputs an entire line and then goes to the next line for subsequent output. To print more than one item on a single line, comma may be used. The expression or constant or variable should be written in parentheses. The syntax is as follows. Comments. It is always good to add essential information or notes for another programmer to read. These notes are known as comments. Comments are usually added with the purpose of making the source code easy to understand. In Python, comments start with hash symbol. Anything written after hash in a line is ignored by the interpreter, that is, it will not have any effect on the program. For example, print 25 into 17 hash multiplication operator will give the following result.